Well, what just sent Elon Musk into a straight up fury? Well, the tweet that I'm about to show you harbors the answer. But before I do, check out mydigitalmoney.com. Did you know that you can earn hundreds of thousands investing in crypto? And did you also know that you don't have to pay capital gains tax on it? Open a Roth crypto IRA with My Digital Money now to take advantage of it. You will pay based on your contribution and nothing on capital gains. You know what's better? They will give you a $50 credit if you fund your My Digital Money crypto IRA account with at least $1,000. Go to mydigitalmoney.com. That's mydigitalmoney.com. So let's dive into this tweet that is sending Elon Musk into a fury, and might I say, rightly so. Well, take a look at Twitter here, and we're going to the account of Tom Elliott. And on May 2nd, he put out this report about NBC News reporter and how this news reporter was labeling Republicans. Take a listen to the clip.
America's far right wants to give us white supremacy and no democracy. And this asymmetrical polarization of U.S. politics would be laughable if it weren't so horrifying. We are living through an unspeakably dangerous moment. The pro-QAnon, pro-neo-Nazi faction of the Republican Party is poised to expand dramatically come the midterms. We're just 2 years away from Donald Trump very possibly re-seizing executive power. If that happens, we may look back on this past week as a pivotal moment, when a petulant and not-so-bright billionaire casually bought one of the world's most influential messaging machines and just handed it to the far right.
So how does Elon Musk respond to this NBC News reporter's blatant attack of those on the right? Well, here's what he had to say in response to that tweet there. And he says, NBC basically saying Republicans are Nazis. I don't disagree with Elon Musk at all. I do believe that that's exactly what they're hinting at. They've been hinting at it for a very long time. In fact, there's leftist mainstream media people out there right now calling for Republicans to be labeled and have to wear a tag on their person at all times.
What the Democrats need to do, and it's so obvious at this point, is brand them with it, is basically take this replacement theory and now make it the Republican racist replacement theory. Make every Republican answer, do you believe in it or not? Brand every Republican, this is the party of the replacement theory. Take what is a sliver, or a real minority, but a minority, and make it the entire raison d'etre of the Republican Party. Do the same thing with violence. It's the RV party. It's the Republican violence party. Brand them, this is judo, the very, very heinous things that they stand for and are hiding behind. Brand them on it. Take a branding iron, put it on them so that any mainstream Republican has to wear that badge.
So take a hot branding iron that, you'd use for cattle or something like that and stick it on the Republican cattle and make it say violent. Maybe they want to put it on your face. Who knows? Violent and racist. On, those pesky Republicans. But that's not all. We have people in leadership, Chuck Schumer, going out saying Republicans are out for blood.
No amount of bloodshed seems to be enough for MAGA Republicans.
No amount of bloodshed seems to be enough for those MAGA Republicans. Excuse me? That's a very recent comment, by the way, from Democrat, leftist, radical Chuck Schumer, who, by the way, supported all those riots, the BLM riots that were burning down your cities and the Antifa violence that broke out, killing people, burning down our cities. Over 200 some odd crimes committed, and the number is rising. But he supported those peaceful protests. And he's out there saying that MAGA people and Republicans are there's no end to bloodshed. That's some pretty intense rhetoric. They're calling us extremists. They're calling us violent. They're calling us racist and bigot and xenophobic. And of course, Nancy Pelosi even called us not that long ago domestic terrorists of the state. And here that is, just a quick reminder. I like to remind people, dailycaller.com, Pelosi labels Republicans as enemies of the state, says they are domestic enemies of our voting system. That's not all. They've been spouting this kind of nonsense for years. Here's just a very few clip. I could show you like 100 of these. ABC News, Homeland Security warns of increasing but modest threat of violence from Trump. Conspiracy people. Breitbart.com, LA Times likens aggressive niceness to Trumpites to terrorize hospitality. You know, they're the polite Nazis. In other words, Republicans are Nazis. Here's another one by Salon. Conservatives are the new good Germans. In other words, Nazis, the good Nazis, I guess, enabling and defending Trump crimes. Again, we're not the ones out there being violent with our words, with our mouths. We're not name calling, playing these games like the Democratic Party, but they're literally calling for you to be labeled with a hot iron, to be put on domestic terrorist lists, to be labeled a domestic terrorist. And better yet, they're even creating, and not better, obviously it's bad, but they've got this whole plan, creating domestic extremist department like the Biden administration has done to go after, you know, domestic extremists, specifically white supremacists. And if we go by the statements of the mainstream media, that would mean Republicans and conservatives and libertarians. What? It's a scary place. Let's just put labels, you know, like they did in Nazi Germany. Lots of things to think about. Anyhow, please don't forget to get on over to restrictiverepublic.com. I've got a huge report, by the way, that I'm going to be putting out today on Restrictive Republic. And Justice Knight just put some really amazing videos. You can see some of the ones here that we just published. But you want to get over there and check out this exclusive content, because that's where I share exclusive video reports that I don't share here on YouTube. And on top of that, all the content on Restrictive Republic has 0 commercials in it. So you can get to Restrictive Republic and watch commercial-free content. We also do live streams. We're going to start doing a lot more live streams there on Restrictive Republic, and it's a more personal platform. So get to restrictiverepublic.com and use the coupon code half off, all one word, half off, to get your first year for half off the entire first year, which is about $40 discount. And it equates to about $3.30 some odd cents per month. But get to restrictiverepublic.com and check it out today. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.